What's up, y'all? It's your girl CJ and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do another reaction. I wasn't in the mood to play video games. I really haven't seen any new video games that have come out that look good, that make me feel like I want to play them, honestly. That's why I always tell y'all to give me some recommendations because I don't know. But anyway, so we will be reacting to another hometown tragedy video, a Miya Marcano story. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right.
Orange County Sheriff's Office.
I'm calling to find out if I can have a wellness check, please.
How was this even able to happen? How did they let this happen?
A $15,000 reward is being offered for information that can lead to Miya Marcano.
There's absolute anger. That just makes the situation even worse.
Everybody that played a role in Mia's disappearance are going to be held accountable.
I was trying to fight back tears.
Miya is alive, and she's suffering. I want my granddaughter home.
With more than 82,000 students, faculty, and staff, UCF is bigger than all but 4 cities here in Central Florida.
Arden Villas Apartments is right near UCF campus. There are a bunch of college students who live there. There's a college bar nearby. It's any typical living complex you can think of that's related to a college campus.
One of the many students living in Arden Villas is a kind and ambitious 19-year-old named Miya Marcano.
Mia's originally from Broward County, but she moves to the Orlando area for school. She dreams of pursuing a degree at UCF College, but later on she transferred during her sophomore year to Valencia College.
She is fucking gorgeous. That's all I had to say. Let's continue.
Miya is a family person. When she was born, she was basically the star of the family. Everybody kind of gravitated to her, but this spirit and this energy that made everybody fall in love with her. Munchie is Miya Marcano's big brother, and they are very close. She is also very close with her mother, Emma Scarbriel, and Marlon Marcano.
Let's see if the subtitles, okay, never mind.
Mia's father lives in South Florida and her mother lives in St. Thomas. So Miya went back and forth when she would visit the two. Her father is the one who helped move her into Arden Villas when she first got there. And as any father would, trying to act out of an abundance of caution for their daughter, he installed locks on the windows. He made sure to remind her to carry mace, pepper spray, anything that a woman is reminded to carry when she's out by herself. They just made sure that her place was safe so that they can feel comfortable by the time they leave her, so that she can live her life on her own. So Mia's at work at Arden Villas. She's about to get off. It's almost 5 p.m. and she has a flight to catch to Fort Lauderdale, which is where some of her family members live, but she never boarded that flight. And that's when her parents get extra worried because they know something is wrong. Her mother knows her daughter does not just ignore her phone calls, text messages, especially when they're from her family members.
At 9:23 p.m. on the night Miya goes missing, Emma Suling Scarbriel alerts the Orange County Sheriff's Office that she can't get a hold of her daughter.
Orange County Sheriff's Office. This line is being recorded. This is Operator Winstead. How may I help you?
Hi, good night. I'm calling to find out if I can have a wellness check, please.
The family also alerts the media.
Video footage taken 4 hours earlier showed Miya walking out of the front doors of the leasing office at Arden Villas Apartments in Orange County, where she worked, heading toward her apartment.
That Saturday, I get into work and we get a call from someone who says they are a family member of Miya, and they're worried because she's missing, and they tell us this is not like her. We believe she's in danger. There's something going on that we want to know, and we want to find her. So we went down to the location, which was Arden Villas Apartments. And we see some yellow tape. We see a bunch of people standing outside the apartment complex.
Back at Mia's apartment, investigators discover an unsettling scene. When the deputy walks through Mia's room with her roommate, there's a bookshelf propped against the door. The window lock Mia's father installed has been broken, and, most chilling of all, there's blood on her pillow.
Miya was kidnapped. Miya was kidnapped out of her room in Arden Villas through her bedroom window. I'm calling on all resources. At this point, the FBI, we need you.
Orange County Sheriff's Office spent much of Saturday at Arden Villas apartment complex, less than a mile from UCF campus, searching in, outside, and around the building, and even blocking off a section of the parking lot.
A bunch of sheriffs and everything was in this parking lot, and they all come marching across the parking lot with machetes, I guess searching.
A big issue that people who recently moved in have had is that the gate that we have is not always closed, and people would like it to be always closed. And I think especially after this, I would agree with them on that.
Nothing like this had ever happened before in the quiet apartment complex. Mia's mysterious disappearance rattles the community.
Miya Marcano was last seen at this apartment complex on Arden Villas Boulevard Friday evening, and now flyers like this one are posted around the property begging for the community's help to find the 19-year-old. Newsrooms in Orlando and Central Florida, and even just across Florida, started picking the story up, so now everybody was starting to see Mia's face on their screens.
Take a good look. Have you seen Miya Marcano?
But then as more people started learning more about Mia's story, the crowd started growing. It was an emotional gathering Sunday evening. Friends and family of Miya Marcano tried to comfort each other at the Arden Villas apartments, where she was last seen.
Mia's loved ones hold a candlelight vigil, praying and pleading for information that will lead to her safe return.
And all we ask you is to help us bring Miya home, bring her home safe. Just drop her off and let us know where she is. We'll pick her up. Just bring her home.
She's been on my mind, heavy. I can barely sleep. I think about her constantly.
This woman borrowed a friend's machete to come help search for 19-year-old Miya Marcano. Her family and volunteers spread out into several different locations instead of focusing on one particular area.
Investigators, friends, and family searched desperately with no leads. But then,
Real quick, did they say... Wait, I gotta go back. Borrowed a machete?
Just drop her off and let us know where she is. We'll pick her up. Just bring her home.
She's been on my mind, heavy. I can barely sleep. I think about her constantly.
This woman borrowed a friend's machete to come help search for 19...
This friend borrowed a machete for protection? Like, I'm confused. For what?
Year-old Miya Marcano. Her family and volunteers spread out into several different locations instead of focusing on one particular area.
Investigators, friends, and family searched desperately with no leads. But then, 3 days after Miya goes missing, there's a shocking discovery.
911, you need police, fire, medical.
Investigators do find someone.
We found a suicide on property.
But it's not Miya.
On September 24th, 2021, Florida college student Miya Marcano goes missing. The entire state mobilizes to try to find her with no leads. But 3 days after the 19-year-old's mysterious disappearance, there's a break in the case.
911, you need police, fire, medical.
We found a suicide on property.
27-year-old Armando Caballero was found dead at a Seminole County apartment complex on Monday. Police believe he committed suicide.
When police arrive at the Sable Club Apartments in neighboring Seminole County, they find Armando Caballero's body in a maintenance garage. Police believe he hanged himself.
They said he was a maintenance worker at the Arden Villas Apartments near UCF. Mia's father remembers the maintenance worker from the day he helped his daughter move into her new apartment at Arden Villas. He recognizes his face because he's out in that campus of the building driving a golf cart, but that's the only thing he remembers about him.
Somebody's missing and you don't think it's serious.
Maybe they're hanging out, they got this place right here, they go downtown, I don't know, maybe her phone's off.
In cell phone video provided by the family of Miya Marcano, Caballero is talking with deputies in the early morning hours following her disappearance. The family also says a deputy told them her apartment unit appeared disturbed, and at that point the room should have been made into a crime scene as soon as she was listed as missing.
Right.
They wonder why deputies didn't detain Caballero. Sheriff John Mina said Wednesday people can't be detained on a hunch.
There's no physical evidence at the scene that ties Caballero to Miya Marcano, but with no other clues, police launch a...
Okay, here's the thing. They said that they can't go off of a hunch. Exactly what they just said. They should have treated it as like, they should have did swabbing, they should have did testing, DNA findings, particles, and I get them. They take time to get back the results, but come on, something should have been done right then and there, especially when they saw blood on her fucking pillowcase. Like, what are we doing?
Full investigation.
If they conduct an extensive background check, it definitely was not extensive enough.
Turns out, Caballero is arrested in 2013 for concocting a makeshift explosive in his Warner University dorm as part of a prank. It isn't his only brush with the law.
There was an incident in another county in Florida where a woman reported that there was a gym weight thrown through her window.
We have a broken window. There's a weight that was thrown into the window. She doesn't know who.
And she mentioned Armando's name to investigators and said she believes that could have been him because they had a situation where she rejected his romantic advances towards her. And that's what made her feel a bit uneasy because she felt like this was his way of taking out his anger and taking revenge towards her.
Had Caballero...
Didn't I say this on a video before? I think I was playing the game. It was a Chill as Art game. And I just was talking about how it's so scary for girls. Like, it really is. We live in a society where it's fucking terrifying for women. And, like, don't get me wrong, there's good people, there's evil people. There's some fucked up women, too, that would go this extent and, like, be creepy to another man. Like, I know, but I'm saying, and I said it before, men cannot handle rejection well. They can't. Most of them that I know can't. But anyways, let's continue.
Caballero been trying to pursue a romantic relationship with Miya?
Obsessive text to Miya. We have all seen the text. You talked about giving her your life savings. You cash out her money, and you claim that you weren't in touch.
Phone records show intimate texts from Caballero to Miya, like this one. I know I come off strong and crazy, but I was literally like feeling you drift away. It bothered me because a bond so natural like we had is not common.
We know Armando Caballero is a suspect, and the sheriff says this guy was interested in Miya. He was constantly rejected by her because he wanted to pursue her in a romantic way, and Miya was not interested.
The incriminating text turned Caballero into the prime suspect in Marcano's disappearance. Meanwhile, family and friends hold out hope that Miya could still be alive.
A $15,000 reward is being offered for information that can lead to Miya Marcano.
Miya is alive and she's suffering. I want my granddaughter home.
Nearly 24 hours after the discovery of Caballero's body, Marcano's family receives a new reason for hope, a potential location lead.
The family tells WESH 2 Facebook shows Mia's last check-in was in Orlando on September 28th, 4 days after she disappeared.
Sometimes on Facebook, it tracks your location, the last time you logged in. And I see that she was active the same day that we were still searching for Miya. I call investigators and Orange County Sheriff's Office, and I ask them about it.
Orange County Sheriff's Office told us in a statement that investigators are aware of the matter, but they don't believe it carries evidence.
What do you mean?
Well, you can see hundreds of candles are back out here outside of the apartments of Miya Marcano's. This marks exactly 1 week since the 19-year-old was last seen. The vigil was guided by a local priest who took everyone through a short service and prayer. But after that, the family said they wanted to make this vigil a little more upbeat than those previous. The family still holding on to hope that Miya will return to them.
We're determined to find Miya, so that's what powers us through, and we know that if she's fighting, we're fighting.
And the family really was emotional again tonight. They say they are determined to keep doing these vigils.
Miya's Facebook activity is a dead end, but investigators continue digging into digital records for clues. It's here that they stumble onto a new lead that blows the case wide open.
Our cell phones, literally, as we pass a house, it registers in that house. Usually takes about a month to be able to get that digital footprint to know exactly where that phone has been.
His digital footprint reveals Caballero visited the Timberskin Apartments about 17 miles southwest of Arden Villas for about 20 minutes the night she went missing.
We sent search teams out first thing this morning. That's when they found what we believe to be Miya.
Goosebumps all over my body.
19-year-old college student Miya Marcano has been missing for 8 days when police make a terrible discovery.
Investigators end up finding Miya's body outside an apartment in Orange County. They find her with her arms, her hands tied, and her legs tied, and tape over her mouth.
We can't imagine the pain and anguish that Miya's her parents, their family, the loved ones, and the friends, and really our entire community have gone through and will continue to go through.
I can't even put into words how we're feeling right now as a family. I feel defeated. I feel like I failed my cousin, and I don't know how we're gonna get through this.
The night investigators find Miya's body, people still gathered outside her apartment to host a vigil, just like they have been every other night. And this, from all the days, this crowd was the largest. There were her family members, there were people from the apartment, people from South Florida, all across Florida and Orlando. They all came to show their support and to uplift the family members who were mourning.
Our prayer, even though you did not give us Miya the way we wanted her, we are grateful.
That night was really hard to be there and to witness what I saw. There were a lot of tears, a lot of people yelling in disbelief.
Help the family, oh God.
People breaking down, and I remember seeing her mother hold on to a teddy bear that Miya used to love holding on to, and she was just gripping it tight as if it was her own daughter. I've covered a lot of vigils in my time. This one, though, it was so emotional to the point where I myself was trying to fight back tears, because when you cover a story like this, when someone disappears, you're hoping for the best too. You can't wait for the day when you can finally report that they found her safe and well. But when you're telling a story and then you gotta also give the bad news now that she is never gonna come home, that breaks your heart. You feel for the family, you feel for people who loved her and knew her, especially a woman who was 19 years old and had so much life ahead of her.
After 8 painful days, Miya Marcano has been returned to her family, but questions remain. Like, what happened the night Miya went missing? Villa's key system log suggests Caballero is waiting for Miya in her apartment the night that she planned to fly home.
Mia's at work at Arden Villas, and she's about to get off work. It's almost 5 p.m., and when she heads to her apartment, she uses her key fob to get in. She walks into her apartment, and there's someone standing there who ends up being Armando Caballero.
After Caballero attacks Miya in her apartment, rather than drag her body through the front door where he'd be seen on camera, he takes her out the window on the way to his vehicle. Officials rule her death a homicide by undetermined means.
This apartment complex was a place that catered to college kids. It's not the same now when it comes to safety and security. They now are extra alert.
If you really think about it, people who are living in apartment complexes, they're going to sleep at night not knowing that there is someone that has free access to their apartment. And I think now people are really starting to think about just how serious of an issue that really is.
Quick story time, because my ADHD brain will forget it. What he just said is so crazy. I have a story. I'll try to make it as fast as possible. The apartment I'm living in right now, I just moved here last April, right? So it's almost been a year. My lease is ending soon, but I had to extend it just for a couple more months until I figure out where exactly I want to move to next, because I've been thinking heavily about moving out of state, leaving New York and going to Texas. That's just where I've always wanted to live. So this happened a couple months living in my apartment here. It was like the end of July, early August, and my AC unit for the third time just kept like burning. Like it was not working. It smelled like chemicals. It smelled like burnt hair. So I kept like putting in a service request through the app on my like building manager app. And they give you this option that's like, do you allow the maintenance man, or do you allow maintenance to basically come into your house even if you aren't there, and you can like either deny entry or grant entry, or you can set up an appointment and like set up what times you want. So mind you, I was home, right? I was home and I had just put in that service request like 40 minutes prior, and normally they take like 1 to 3 business days to like even answer it. So mind you, I put that in, don't have my phone on the charger or whatever, and I go about my day. I'm showering, I'm getting ready for work. I shower with like the door open, and I know it's like, this is gonna sound crazy, but I know this is like, I know you're probably thinking like, why would you just give somebody access to your house and then shower with the door wide open? And then like, I don't know, like I wasn't clearly thinking he was gonna show up within the hour. So I'm showering, the door's wide open, and my shower curtain is see-through. I don't have like the outskirt drapes, it's just the inside liner. Just, I don't know, I haven't made my way to Target recently to get a real shower curtain, but that's besides the point. So I'm in the shower and I hear a big slam. Like nobody introduced themselves, nobody made it clear that someone was in the house. I just heard like my door, it slams hard because it like has an automatic lock. My door will be like boom, and then you can open it with a fob, right? So maintenance comes in and he just walks past the bathroom and then he backs up, bro, and I swear to God, we made eye contact for 2 seconds. Mind you, my shower curtain is see-through. And he goes, oh, sorry, puts his head down, walks to my bathroom door, closes it, closes the bathroom door. And I'm in there like, water still all coming down on me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Every bone and muscle in my body wanted to like call my mom or call my best friend who lives next door and be like, can you please come over here right now? Because my best friend literally lives right next door to me. And I was like, just anybody, like my intuition knew he wasn't a creep, but it was just the way he went about it and like didn't yell out that he's coming. I didn't hear a knock, which is crazy because I heard my door slam, so you'd think I would hear a knock. And he just comes in and so sorry, puts his head down after he already looked at me, after he already saw me. We made eye contact and everything, and then he comes and pulls the bathroom door. And then I'm still in the shower, and I get out and I lock it because I'm able to lock it from my side, and I locked it. Mind you, my phone is still in the bedroom, so I'm like, what do I do? Like, a million thoughts are going through my head. I'm like, I've never been in a situation like this before. I was like, I don't feel like he's gonna do anything, but I also feel extremely uncomfortable. So I throw on like my old clothes and like go out there, and he's gone. And so like I messaged, I sent an email to my property manager. I'm like, I know I sound like a Karen. I was like, I think that this was very inappropriate for maintenance to do. I was naked and he saw me naked. I didn't realize he was going to come so fast and not announce himself and stuff of that nature. My property manager says, so sorry for the inconvenience, but your AC is all fixed, with a smiley face emoji. I was like, you know what? Let's continue.
How was this even able to happen? How did they let this happen?
I mean, the bottom line, clearly there are inconsistencies in this incident report that's giving people actually more questions than answers.
Some things were not reported, like a box cutter that was found in her room, how they didn't urgently submit her case into the missing endangered person cases within the office.
That's what I was
An
saying.
internal investigation leads to the disciplining of 2 people from the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
And you gotta think, in between, like how long, this is gonna sound so sick, but it makes sense. Hear me out. How long in between the struggle of the dude and Miya, when he like, I don't know how to word this, in between, like how long before she died? Like, was she struggling? Like, what is the thing? Or did he like hold her hostage for like the day or two before he committed suicide? Like, I just feel like this could have been prevented by the police. Again, I don't know. I could be wrong. Everything could have just happened right then and there, and he just took her body and buried her. But days go by, a week goes by, and now you just find her body. I don't know. We live in 2025. There's so much technology. There's so much ways you could, like, a lot of shit is preventable.
It also leads Marcano's family to make a better and safer future for all Floridians.
Since that horrific night when they found out what happened to their daughter, they wasted no time in taking action and making sure that they honor their daughter.
In a room with those who loved her most, the family of Miya Marcano saw the bill bearing her name signed into law.
After all this pain and heartache, I mean, it's not going to bring her back, but we have victory, and it feels really, really good.
It's sad that it took for Miya's disappearance and her murder for the state to finally put a law in place that would ensure that all apartment complexes are making sure their residents are safe.
Miya's law, it's not even.
Same thing I said with the last hometown tragedy video I reacted to. Why do these things have to happen? Why do these shitty fucking things and tragedies have to happen for them to put safety in place? Like, why did it take her getting murdered for them to, in 2022, be like, yeah, let's make sure the people in our apartment complexes are safe? Like, that should have been always a thing. Safety, all of that. Cameras everywhere.
Just about kids. it's about everybody. Anybody who decides to live in an apartment where anybody can have access to your private space. It could be anybody.
Anybody.
You know, and your home is a safe place.
Almost a year to the day of Mia's disappearance, her friends and family reunite at Arden Villas to keep her memory alive.
I said I wasn't going to come back here, and I'm back here again, so I've overcome one step.
I really hope that no other family ever will have to go through what we're going through now, you know? You never get over it. Wanting her, I need to talk to her. I have to do this. Or, you know, I just wanted to hug her, and I can't.
In addition to establishing Mia's Law, Marcano's family continues to help others in their community and beyond through the Miya Marcano Foundation, a nonprofit that supports families of missing persons.
It means the world to me. I mean, I will never get my daughter back, but just showing the love and support that you guys have given us, it means that, you know, she was well loved from everyone. So again, thank you.
Yeah, I would have too. That is straight negligence. Anyways, y'all, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave me recommendations of what I should watch or what games I should play. Thank you so much for the love and support. Be blessed. Bye. Love y'all. Mwah.